Good afternoon. My name is Command Master Chief Eric Hubert, and I'm going to read a book to you today as part of the NAF El Centro Summer Reading Program. And the book I have for you today is called Where the Wild Things Are. It's a story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. Again, Where the Wild Things Are. It's a great storybook. If you have it in your library, please go ahead and take a moment and break it out, and we're going to read it to you. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and let's see how good a justice I can do for this book. Where the Wild Things Are, story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. All right, let's see. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. Oh, hold on, I'm sorry, I think I missed a page. Let's go back one page. Nope. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. So you see Max up here, all decorated up. And another, and he's sitting there tormenting the puppy in his wolf suit that he's wearing. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." He was sent to bed without eating anything. Well, that's not very nice. He did a bad deed, and now he got sent to bed without eating dinner. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. So I guess Max now is being very imaginative. He's already dressed up in his play suit of a wolf, and now his room is growing like a forest with all the trees and stuff on top. So let's see what kind of stuff Max is going to get into. And the forest grew and grew, and look at Max now, even his paws are starting to grow too, and all these extra trees and stuff are growing in his room. They're getting bigger. So now let's see how big of a forest he's got, and grew into his ceiling, hung with vines, and the walls became a world all around him. Look at that forest that just grew just like that, because Max was using the imagination, his imagination. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max to get in, and he sailed off through the night and day. You see the boat has Max's name on it? So he's just enjoying his own world and imagination and exploring new things out there. And in and out of the weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. So Max, he went on a long journey on his voyage. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared with terrible roars and gnashed their teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. See them all? Some of them faces on the animals, they don't look very terrible, do they? They kind of look maybe friendly. Till Max said, "Be still, you animals," and tamed them with his magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all, and made him king of all the wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. Uh-oh, maybe they're going to have a party or something. And there they are, all the wild things jumping up and down, howling at the moon. And there's Max in the middle, because now he's the king, right? And they're jumping and hanging off the branches, and they're just having a grand old time, aren't they? And look at him now, he's riding and leading them, and they're marching in a parade, and just being all repetitive and nice of them. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so much." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye to the wild things. There they are. So now they don't look so happy now because Max is leaving them. And he sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through the day in his boat, going back to where he came from. And into the night of his very own room where he found his supper waiting for him. See the supper's out here on the table? And notice now that he's come back to reality a little bit, he still has his costume on, but all the trees and stuff have disappeared now from his imagination and dreams. And it was still hot outside. And that's the end. And so it was a short little book, but it was a neat book to let everybody know that if you let your imagination grow, you can go anywhere and do anything you want. So this book again was called Where the Wild Things Are. It was mostly a picture book, but a good storyline behind it to let your imagination grow. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Enjoy, keep reading, and supporting the summer reading program. Have a great day.